Carl, how's everyone pulled up? Obviously, a short turnaround. Are you expecting to have to make any changes?
Yeah, look, everyone has pulled up well. There's a few that are still a little bit sore, but you always are a little bit sore after quite a physical game on the weekend, and it's a very short turnaround. So we won't be making decisions on the starting 11 till tomorrow once we get a good idea where everyone sits.
Michael Jakobsen obviously came back after a long time out, looked to be fatiguing towards the end. Where's Lockie Barr at? I think maybe picked up a knock or an injury late last week. Is he available?
No, Lockie Barr's out. He's got a grade 2 groin strain, so he's gone for the rest of the season. It's unfortunate, but we move on.
Obviously, again, Melbourne City, your home record here is fantastic against them. That should give you and your side a lot of confidence.
Yeah, we've got a lot of confidence, not just with our form against City this year, but our form over the last 5-6 games. We've been building exceptionally well this back end of the season. We've had some really good performances, and we had a good performance on the weekend, and it's going to take another very good performance tomorrow night.
How have you managed such a strong record against, on paper, according to Ladder, the best team in competition? What's worked well matchup-wise or any other way?
Yeah, I don't know whether, because we both have a very similar style of football where we like to play attacking and play quite an open game, so whether that is just the way it is. We've scored a lot of late goals against them, and that's another thing. We'll hopefully limit their opportunities and take our opportunities, especially at home.
So 2 up front the other day, is that something, now that you've had a chance to look back on it, something that you probably go with again?
Yeah, most definitely. When you've got 2 great number 9s in Cassini and Hero, you always play your best players. So, and as I say, formations is just a number that you put on a piece of paper, and it doesn't change your principles. It doesn't matter roles and responsibilities. We play. That's the way we want to play.
You're a bit spoiled for choice up there because of the healthy list. Is it tough having to tell people have to sit out? George Blackwood, for example, has been in really good form and didn't start against the Mariners.
Yeah, it is. It's difficult, when players are, giving their best and are performing well. But that's something that we've spoke about to the group all season. That it's not just the 11 players that play on match day. It's the whole squad of. I think we've got 28 players in our squad. It's the whole 28 that's going to win us the championship. And we all have to go in the same direction and give everything we got. And when you're not in the team, you have to work harder to push the players that are in the team.
Pleasing to see Cassini playing so well with such, not many games under his belt.
Yeah, most definitely. Cass, being out for 5 months and coming back in and scoring a goal, it's great for his confidence. Not that he lacks confidence, but it's important for goal scorers to score goals.
Obviously a 2-legged semi-final. How do you manage the first leg? Being at home, you are an attacking side. Are we going to see maybe something similar against the Mariners, where you're happy to let them have the ball a little bit more and hit them on the counter?
Yeah, look, it's a little bit different, tactical. Against the Mariners, they're a side that want the other team to have the ball, so their weakness was having the ball. That's why we allowed them to have the ball. Whereas City, their strength is having the ball, so we don't want them to then play to their strength. So it's just a balancing act. Working out where we can, sort of give them possession and where we don't want them to have possession, and on the flip side where we want to have possession. So we've had a good look at it. We have a very light run today, just to get the players moving again, and then tomorrow we'll finalise what we're going to do.
What do you make of no away goals this year in the A-League? You like it? Are you against it, for it?
Look, I think it's the way forward. I think it's a lot more fairer for both teams now. Especially if the second game goes into extra time, it's a lot fairer for both teams then, and I think it's a better spectacle as well. If the team that's playing home the second game, if they've had an away goal, it doesn't count as double, and they can sit a bit. It means they have to play the same games. Means the same. So I think it's a lot fairer.
Talk about Jakobsen not having a lot of minutes yet. Very good performance against the Mariners, obviously. Pretty big job for him a couple of games back against the opponent front 3 for City.
Yeah, of course. Melbourne City's front 3 are the best front 3 in the competition. So, but Michael is a very experienced player. He doesn't need a lot of training. He can use his experience, and that's why he went straight back into the team, and I think he performed very well.
What does it do mentality-wise for, you got a couple of older heads, but a couple of younger heads in the team when they go up against the Socceroos, the cream of the crop, I suppose that's what they are. Do for them mentality-wise, are they out to sort of prove something and show that we can mix it with them as well?
Yeah, I think young players always go out trying to prove something. They've got a long way to go in their careers and they're learning. We're very fortunate that we've got some very mature and very good senior players that pass on a lot of their knowledge. And you can see that in our younger players that are improving. Every time they get opportunities, they're stepping up. So it's it's a long process as a young player. There's a lot to learn, and we don't want to burn our young players out too early. We want to give them the opportunity to go on and have very successful football careers.
Every time Craig Goodwin speaks, it's about winning silverware for the team. He's won just about everything. He's probably right up there and a good chance to win the Johnny Moran medal. How big a driving factor has he been in this run over the last 6 weeks?
Yeah, Goody. Everyone knows how important he is to our team. He showed it on the weekend. He scored a goal and set one up, and that's what Goody has done all season for us. In these big games, that's when you want your best players to stand up, and Goody did that on the weekend, and I'm sure he will again over these next 2 games.
The form that he's in, I know he's on loan, so technically he's not going to be here next year anyway, but the form that he's in, do you resign yourself to losing a player of that talent after this season?
No, look, we'll do everything we can to keep Goody. And it's a decision that he'll have to make at the end of the season. With his other club that is loaned him to us. But Goody knows how much value we have in him, and otherwise he wouldn't have been given the captaincy of the club. So it's a decision that we'll look at the end of the season. But most definitely we'll be trying to keep him.
Ryan Kiddo, all right with his shoulder?
Yeah, he's a little bit sore. As I said, there's a few sore bodies down there. It's a very short turnaround, but it's something that we've done a few times this year already. So, as I said, it's just a matter of getting players moving again today, and then we'll see how they all pull up tomorrow, and then we'll go from there.
I'll just ask one on, I don't know if you saw the news, Blackpool has a player, Jake Daniels, who came out this morning, said he was inspired by Josh Cavallo in particular. Does that make you feel as someone that helped Josh get to where he's at?
Yeah, look, I suppose, no one really knows the impact that Josh has had on a lot of people's lives, and to be able to, provide that platform and that guidance, I suppose, to make it comfortable for other people to see that it is okay. It's a credit to Josh for what he's done for our sport and for the general public.
Is he the sort of person that get a kick out of that, or
look. Yeah, Josh is very proud of what he's done, and he's gone along this season very well, and he's spoken a lot, and he's helping. He's made a lot of big changes to people's lives, and not just the gay community, the whole community. How we now treat and respect everyone's personal choices.